Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price. Tennessee off to the Orange Bowl. First time since 1997 that Tennessee will head to Miami. That was against Nebraska. This will be against Clemson as the Tigers won the ACC championship on Saturday night.
Yeah, and for Tennessee fans, there's going to be a lot of talk about what coulda, woulda, shoulda, and all that kind of stuff, and I get that. But the fact of the matter is, 10-2 football teams going to the Orange Bowl, going to take on Clemson in a matchup Tennessee fans have wanted for a long time, and this should be one of the more intriguing bowl matchups, certainly, and one of the greater opportunities for a team out there when you look at where Tennessee's at, what they're trying to build to, and what's in front of them with the Orange Bowl here.
Last time Tennessee won 10 games in the regular season was 2003. That year they played Clemson in the Peach Bowl.
This one's got a little different vibe.
Different vibe. Now, with that said, no Hendon Hooker.
Right.
We'll see if no Cedric Tillman likely for this game. We'll see who else is available. We'll see who else is available for Clemson. Do any of those defensive linemen opt out? It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Clemson looks like they found their quarterback in Cade Klubnik. But Klubnik also has not looked very good most of the year when they've tried to replace DJ. And North Carolina's defense has given up 1 million yards. So how do you balance, is that him taking a step? Is that North Carolina just not being very good? I guess we'll see.
Well, it's probably a little bit of both, but I think for both quarterbacks in this game, one being a young quarterback at Clemson and then obviously Joe Milton at Tennessee, it's a huge opportunity. You've got a month to get ready to prepare for a game. I would imagine that at Clemson, he knows he's going to be the guy for the whole month, I would think, and certainly Joe knows where he stands for the entire month here. So you got a month to game plan and get things together around your quarterback. So we'll see which quarterback plays well and which quarterback uses and builds off of their opportunity the most. And I think, again, there's just a lot of intriguing matchups in this game. It has ramifications for recruiting, not on the short term, but for the long term. It certainly doesn't hurt to be playing a game like this and be playing in a game of this magnitude, and it's a great opportunity for Tennessee.
Tennessee has not been one of the big four, and I'm talking about the Rose, the Sugar, the Fiesta, and the Orange since 1999. Now, they've since added the Peach and the Cotton to make the New Year's Six. They've been to those games more recently, the Cotton Bowl in 2004 being the most recent. This is a big deal for Tennessee fans, and I think the matchup, the location, the weather, all that stuff played a huge part in Tennessee really kind of being an attractive team for any of these bowls, whether they ended up in the Sugar or in Miami.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, when you're not looking at a team that's used to living in the playoff and they're not in the playoff and there's great disappointment, this is a team that's not been in a bowl of this stature, and they're excited about going to bowl games. They're excited about a matchup. They're much more excited about this matchup than they would have been the Cotton Bowl. Here's the other thing, too. There are a lot of bowl people who saw what happened in Baton Rouge, and Tennessee fans taking over that stadium, the magnitude, how many fans showed up for that game. That stood out and left an impression on a lot of bowl teams and said, you know what, Tennessee fans are excited. They're interested in traveling. Bowls are having a hard time selling out allotments. And so I think the Orange Bowl was like, look, if we have the opportunity for Tennessee, we want Tennessee because we think they're going to bring a lot of people.
The Orange Bowl over the Sugar Bowl, I think, from a eyeball standpoint, you're not competing against the college football playoff semifinals on the 31st. This game's on the 30th, and it's in prime time, whereas the Sugar Bowl is going to be played at 11 a.m. local time, noon Eastern.
Yeah, again, and it's a unique and different locale, right? The Sugar Bowl is near and dear to Tennessee fans, particularly the older Tennessee fans.
Yeah, because they haven't been there in 30 years.
Well, but they all remember the 85.
Yep.
Okay, the 85 Sugar Bowl was different. You're probably not going to replicate that anytime soon with just where college football was, where your fan base was at that point. But there'll be a lot of fans go to this game. There'll be a lot of fans intrigued by this game. You got the Dabo Swinney angle, which will be played up. You got a lot of storylines here in a primetime matchup that I think is going to attract a lot of people.
I expect him. He backed off of that pretty quick last week. It's not going to go away, but I expect him to be overly complimentary of Tennessee leading into this game because of the flipping burgers comments. He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price. Tennessee's headed to Miami, the Orange Bowl on December 30th.